I'd like to introduce you to a new piece of search and rescue equipment. It's called the Tracer Line. Save you effort, save you time, and it could save your life. The Tracer Line is approximately 6 inches wide and 2 inches deep and weighs 4 pounds. The line is made of Technora and 3 millimeters in width, has a tensile strength of 1,500 pounds, and has heat resistance up to 900 degrees, and is reflective when hit with a flashlight. The beacon light lasts for 24 hours before an amber light comes on, letting you know that you have 2 hours before battery replacement. As for the distance counter, you have 50 hours of life on it, at which time you'll get a red warning light letting you know you have 2 hours of battery life left before replacement. Attaching the belt clip. To open the belt clip, press the 2 buttons located near the bottom. Open the clip and slide your belt into the clip under the metal guide tab lying against the back of the clip housing. Close the face as to sandwich the belt between the 2 halves. Press the 2 side buttons as you do this until you have completely closed the belt clip housing. Then release the buttons. The clip should now be secure onto your belt. Reverse this process to remove the clip from your belt. Disconnect tracer line from belt clip. To connect, hold the tracer line at a 90-degree angle facing back. Slide the back of the tracer line down onto the belt clip so that the retaining post on the back of the unit housing slides into the belt clip swivel. At the point where the tracer line will not slide down any further, rotate it down and then forward 90 degrees, allowing the unit to slide down another 3/4 of an inch into the lock position. To disconnect, repeat the above procedure in a reverse order. Pull unit up until it stops, rotate back 90 degrees, then lift up again until it releases. Releasing and reinserting anchor head from tracer line housing. To release the anchor head, press the button on the lower right front of the housing. The anchor head should eject about a 1/2 of an inch. Grab the front portion of the anchor and remove it from its housing slot. To reinsert, push the anchor handle back into the housing the same way it came out. Do not push it into the housing by way of the triangular end piece of the anchor. Insert your thumb and forefinger into the finger slots on the sides of the triangular end and push the anchor handle back into the housing until it is securely locked into its slot. Note that the beacon marker lights at the rear of the anchor handle automatically engage when the handle is deployed and automatically turn off when the handle is reinserted into its housing. Anchoring and removing tether from door jamb. Check each time before putting unit into service that the anchor handle is in its proper operating position. This is not the proper operating position. This is the proper operating position. Failure to be in the proper position will result in the anchor not being able to lodge into door jamb gap. When entering a search area with a right-handed door jamb, eject the anchor handle and push the anchor head into the door jamb gap. Push the handle into the gap until the spring-loaded handle won't allow you to push it in any further and the triangular head proceeds through the gap to the back side of the door. Twist the handle 90 degrees clockwise until the triangular wedge is positioned horizontally at the back of the door. Pull back on the handle, letting the spring relax, sandwiching the triangle on the back side of the door with the anchor head on the front side of the door. Once secure, proceed into the search area. To remove anchor, reverse the procedure. Left for look, right for retreat. The tracer line mounts on the right side of the searcher. When entering the search area with a left-handed door jamb, after securing the anchor handle, make a full turn to your left before entering a search area. This will prevent the search line from crossing the front of your body and potentially getting tangled on other equipment. Once you have completed your search, to retreat, always remember to turn to your right, back towards the tracer line, to keep the line from crossing the front of your body. Always remember this simple rule: left for look, right to retreat. Anchoring tether to something other than a door jamb. In instances where the tracer line cannot anchor to a door jamb or a door is not available, find an anchor point closest to your entry point. Once you have wrapped the tether line around an anchor point, hold the anchor handle and place your thumb in one of the finger slots at the head of the anchor and pull back with your thumb, creating a space between the head and the triangular end. This opens a slot on either side of the triangle end to secure either tracer line's 3mm line or a traditional 9mm rope line. Slide the 3mm line into the 3mm slot and release your thumb to secure the search line. Anchor the tracer line so the beacon lights will be visible to any other search personnel who needs to find your entry point in case you need assistance. Connecting 2 or more tracer line units to search in different directions. A second search team can also tie off to another tracer line search line anywhere between its anchor point and its searcher. This enables the second search team to branch off into another area and still be connected to the original search team. The anchor head has 2 slots. One slot to secure to its own 3mm line firmly in place. The second slot to secure to a traditional 9mm line. The anchor head may also be used to attach to the 3mm line to the 9mm line slot, as to allow the anchor handle to slide back and forth down the search line freely if desired. As previously mentioned, a searcher can connect to search off of another traditional 9mm search line in the same method by using the larger 9mm slot on the triangular anchor head, but must keep in mind which direction a searcher is headed. The left to look, right to retreat rule still applies to keep from entanglement. Link, connect to another tracer line to extend the search area beyond 60 feet. If the entire 60 feet of line is extended and there is a need to increase the search area, a second search team member can eject his anchor head from his tracer line and give it to the lead searcher who has run out of line, who will then detach his tracer line from his belt and connect the anchor head of his partner's handle to the line at the rear of the unit which has just recently been detached. Then they can continue their search together for an additional 60 feet. An additional way to link tracer lines. In the event one searcher needs to separate from his partner, the searcher needing to split off gives his anchor handle to the partner who then inserts it into his unit's anchor handle slot, making sure it locks securely and that the line proceeds out of the bottom slit of his unit. Warning, this will reset the distance counter on that tracer line. Line distance counter. The tracer line has been designed with a highly visible LED distance counter. When the anchor handle is deployed, all lights will flash several times as a check system to let the user know the system is working. If the red light stays on, that is a warning that you have 2 hours of use left before needing to replace the batteries. Once the system check has been completed, one green light will remain lit, letting the user know they have started their first 10 feet of searching. The distance one travels into the search area is identifiable by the following light patterns. 1 to 10 feet, 1 light illuminated. 10 to 20 feet, 2 lights illuminated. 20 to 30 feet, 3 lights illuminated. 30 to 40 feet, 1 flashing light. 40 to 50 feet, 2 flashing lights. 50 to 60 feet, 3 flashing lights. When retreating from a search area, the lights will flash and illuminate in a descending order. Cleaning the line. To clean a line, anchor the head of the handle and walk the line out slowly several feet at a time, cleaning the line with a warm, mild detergent or cleaning solution and hand dry with a towel. Once you have reached the end of the line, retrieve anchor handle and return it into the unit housing slot to conserve battery life and let the line remain out, uncoiled, to air dry. When line is dry, eject anchor handle and re-anchor it into a stationary object. Rewind the line into the housing and put back into service. Batteries and beacon light replacements. The battery inside the anchor handle is designed to last approximately 24 hours. Thereafter, an amber-colored warning light lets you know it's time to replace the battery, and you have 2 hours of battery life left. There are 3 parts to the assembly of the beacon lights: the anchor handle, the beacon light lens, and the battery with connectors. Replace the beacon light battery by first removing the hex screw from the side of the handle. Next, pull the 3mm line out of the back of the handle. Remove the 2 top hex screws at the rear of the light lens and pull out the lens and battery assembly. Disconnect the battery from the beacon light lens and reconnect the new battery, making sure the groove on the battery matches with the slot inside the anchor handle when you reassemble the unit. Make sure during reassembly the battery wires are tucked into the wire slot so as not to get pinched by the 3mm line when reinserted. Then retighten, but be careful not to over-tighten the hex screws at the top of the beacon light lens. Reinsert the 3mm line matching the screw hole for the line with a screw hole on the side of the anchor handle. Insert the large hex screw and tighten. Reinsert anchor handle back into its housing slot. The unit is now ready to be put back into service. The only serviceable parts by the end user for the tracer line are the handle, the batteries in the handle, the beacon light in the handle, and the batteries in the housing unit. Both the handle, the beacon lights, and the batteries for the handle are available at our website. For the line, the housing, and the reel in the housing, please go to your corporation or service yard for instruction or contact Rescue Products at customerservice@rescueproductsinc.com or the phone number for customer service at our website for further information.